What's good, YouTube? What's good? It's your boy Dgotsauce back with another video, man. Today got a special video for y'all. Today we got a special episode. Not sure. What's good, YouTube? What's good? Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate y'all viewership. Make sure you guys hit that like button, man. Hit that subscribe button if y'all are new. We gonna be doing something a little bit different today. Let me just make sure that I want to make sure that I'm doing this right. This is not the one I wanted to do. Nope. What's good, y'all? Say what up in the chat. Say what up in the chat. Forgive me, I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties, but y'all know how it is. We just doing it as we do it. Say what up in the chat, man, if y'all are here with me and if y'all are tuned in. We're gonna be breaking down some good stuff today. We're going to be talking about the big beautiful bill. A lot of people have been wondering and they've been questioning and they've been asking, what's in this bill? What's going on? Why is there, I hate this bill, all this stuff, without actually not even looking into the bill. So, we're here to do that today, just to break it down, learn together. This is episode 2. And we're doing wonderful, man. We're doing wonderful. It's been an interesting day. Before we even start, I'm gonna start by saying that it's been an interesting day. I woke up this morning, had to go straight to urgent care because I could not breathe. I'll be honest with you. I was wheezing very bad, short of breath, tight chest, coughing a lot. Coughing up a lot of mucus, the usual stuff. But it was rough for me this morning. I can't even lie to you. I felt like I was dying, man. Felt like I was dying. But I went to urgent care and they gave me some nebulizer treatments and some steroids to pretty much help me get my breathing situation back on track. So it's a blessing to be back. It's a blessing to be able to come in front of you guys and try to break this thing down. Even though I'm not 100%, I'm still here, and I just want to make sure that we're all informed and all educated on what's actually going on, and we're not just hating on whatever Trump is doing. By the way, I wish I knew Spanish, Marcelio. I wish I did, man, but thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your viewership, brother. I appreciate it. I really just want to break down what's going on in this bill, man. A lot of people, whether you like Trump, whether you don't like Trump, whether you're a Republican, whether you're a Democrat, it's very important to know what's actually going on. And I know there's some people that don't like it regardless of what is in it, even if it may benefit them, just because Trump is the one that's doing it. Y'all already know. So y'all let me know, by the way, how y'all feel, what y'all thoughts are about the bill and what's in the bill. So we're going to be breaking down. I'm going to start with the first 10. And here, forgive me. I'm a terrible reader, but we're going to get through it. The first bill is HR 4292, and I am on the congress.gov website. I'm getting this directly from them. So there's no fake news going on around here. That's all I'm trying to say. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. We getting into it. So we're gonna start off with the first bill. So this is, hold on. This is HR. I hope, make sure that this is a part of the big beautiful bill, or I believe. There's so much. There's so much in the bill. Okay. All right, yeah. Introducing House, passed Senate. So it got to the president. I believe he signed the other day, and now we just want to get what is in it. What is in it? All actions. Related bills. There's so much in this bill. Okay, all right. We're gonna start by the sections, okay? We'll do the first 10. There's so much. As you can see, this is all that's going on in the bill. There's 217 different areas, all named, all organized by what category they are. Some is food, some is farmland, some is abortion, some is human trafficking, some is immigration, some is the tax income credit, some is for unemployment. And make sure you guys let me know if you guys can hear me well, because, I would suck if I'm doing this and you guys can't hear me. Nuclear weapons, all types of stuff. And we're just going to break down the subjects. I was going to do it by like bill or whatever the case may be, but I think this shows everything that's regarding to that subject pretty much. So we're going to start off first with abortion. All right. And it looks like the first bill for abortion is called HR 73. And that is Abortion is Not Healthcare Act. We can click in it and we can break down and exactly see what's in the bill. Not everything that's in the bill, but exactly kind of what this bill insists of. So this bill includes amounts paid for an abortion from the itemized tax deduction for qualified medical and dental expenses. Under the current law, individuals who itemize their tax deductions may deduct qualified medical and dental expenses to the extent that such expense exceeds 7.5% of the individual adjusted gross income for the tax year. Further, under current law, the calculation of the itemized tax deduction for medical and dental expenses may include amounts paid for a legal abortion. All right. That is the first part of this abortion bill. We'll go back and now see what the next one. The next one is called HR 795, and that is Pregnancy is Not an Illness Act of 2025. And this bill prohibits the Food and Drug Administration, or the FDA. Hold on. Let's make sure this is good. Yeah. All right. This bill prohibits the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, from treating pregnancy as an illness for the purpose of approving any abortion drug or imposing the risk of evaluation of hold on, what does that say? Forgive me, man, I can't read. Jeez. Evaluation in mitigation strategies for an abortion drug. This bill also nullifies FDA approvals of any abortion drug that relied at the treatment of pregnancy as an illness, and specifically nullifies the FDA approval of the abortion drug um, mifepristone, mifepristone, in effect because the bill is enacted. So that's kind of a big one for the people who are pro-life. They're pro non-abortion. So that's kind of a big one. This one is pretty much saying they're taking away the FDA approvals, and they're not approving any of this drug, metfit Pristone. I don't know what that says, man. I'm sorry. Forgive me. But yeah. This is interesting. This is the second bill for abortion. Pregnancy is not an illness act. I'm gonna go through the names of them. I'm not gonna do too much. I don't believe. I'm not gonna do too much and try to break down everything. But I just want to at least give you the names of the bill and hopefully kind of what they do. The next bill is Protecting Life and Taxpayers Act of 2025. This bill requires and entitles receiving federal funds to certify that they will not, subject to certain exemptions, perform abortions or provide funding to those that or providing funding to others entitles that perform abortions. So the government will not be funding any abortions. This bill provides exceptions for abortions performed in the case of rape, incest, or if the woman is dying. That is this act. That is the Protecting Life and Taxpayers Act of 2025. Again, this is all under abortion. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this, how y'all feel about some of these bills. This section alone, let me see how much bills was passed. Just an abortion alone was 53 bills. 53 bills. So a lot is going on. All right. And I'd really like to know, like, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, I'm all for pro-life, I'm all for this, I'm all for that. And are they going too far is the question. I'm asking y'all. So far, I'm pro-life, so a lot of this stuff, makes sense to me. Obviously, what you do with your body is your choice at the end of the day. And, obviously, I don't think that the government really should be getting involved in that, but, it's just my experience of life. I am more pro-life than anything. So, of course, there's certain exceptions and stuff like that. But for the majority of abortions, they're just done because, it was a mistake and people was trying to get rid of that baby. You know what I mean? So, let's move on. Number 4 is Defund Planned Parenthood Act of 2025. This bill restricts federal funding for Planned Parenthood Federations of America, Inc., or any of its affiliates or clinics for 1 year. So that's interesting. They're not banning it permanently, but they are banning it for 1 year. They're not going to fund any Planned Parenthood's companies, which is a big thing that Trump ran on. So are we really surprised? No, we're not really surprised. Let me know y'all thoughts about this in the comments, man. Let me know y'all thoughts. Specifically, it prohibits providing federal funding to those entitled unless they are Yo, the words are mad small. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. Let me that might be better. That might be better actually. Specifically, it prohibits providing federal funding to those entities unless they certify that the affiliates and clinics will not perform and will not provide funds to entities that perform abortions during that year. If the certification requirement is not met, the Department of Health and Human Services and the Department of Agriculture must recoup any federal assistance received by those those entities. However, the bill's funding restrictions does not apply to abortions performed in case of rape, incest, or the life of the mother. And again, that's another big thing that he was running on. And as you can see, it is being passed. So a lot of things are being passed, man. A lot of things are happening. And to be honest, it is expected. This is what a lot of people really voted for. And they expected to see this thing get done. And it's getting done. It's getting done. 1 second, y'all. I gotta just look up something real quick on my other channel. But yeah, let me know how y'all feel about this bill so far, please. Please let me know how y'all feel. I'd love to know. We're unpacking it. We're unpacking it, and so far it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. Okay, there's so much stuff. There's like over 1,000 bills in this, and it's like nonstop. All right, so the next bill is the S-186, and this is no taxpayer funding for abortion and abortion insurance full disclosure act of 2025. This one, I think, is kind of the same thing, where they're not going to be the federal fundings for certain stuff is not going to be covered. Even health insurance is not going to be covered for abortions. So that's a big thing. If y'all are against this, please let me know in the comments, because whether you're against it or not, it is just good to know what's going on out here. All right. And again, this section alone is strictly abortion. We're going down a plethora of sections today, but this section that we're specifically talking about right now is just having to do with abortion. So the next one is Bill 6, HR 726, Tele-Abortion Prevention Act of 2025. Okay, let's open this up. Let's see what it's talking about. This bill restricts the use of telehealth for chemical abortions. Okay, so you can now no longer call in and say, yeah, I got an abortion that I want to get through. I'm not in your state, but blase, blase, blah. Can I drive down? And that's kind of what they're saying here. You can't do that anymore, or you can't. Yeah, they don't want you to do that anymore. People will probably still do it, but specifically, it requires a provider who dispenses or prescribes medication for a chemical abortion to physically examine the patient, because physically presenting at the location of the chemical abortion and schedule. The patient is to be physically presented at the location of the chemical abortion and schedule a follow-up visit for the patient. This bill provides exceptions for chemical abortions that is necessary to save the life of the mother. So again, a lot of stuff preventing abortion. Let's move on to 7. 7 is no taxpayer funding for abortion. An Abortion Insurance Full Disclosure Act of 2025. Again, kind of self-explanatory. I don't want to have to keep going this over and over and over. This bill modifies provisions relating federal funding for health insurance coverage of abortions. Bill number 8, the Heartbeat Protection Act. Okay, this is a big one because I think this is like one of the ones that, they ran on, the big one. Like, if there's a heartbeat, or this is a part of the debate, at least, that they ran on, which is, does a baby have life if it doesn't have a heartbeat? And, a lot of people said no. A lot of people said it still doesn't have life if it has a heartbeat. It only has life when it comes out of the mother, which is wild to say, I guess, but that's how some people think. So this bill, this bill makes it a crime for a physician to knowingly perform an abortion without determining whether the unborn child has a detectable heartbeat. That's big. That's pretty big. I'm not gonna lie. I should probably mirror this because I just realized like it's making me look the other way, but it's cool. It's cool. Some of y'all are watching on shorts, so it looks a little bit different, and some of y'all are watching on regular square. So it's got me looking backwards here. So let me do this real quick and mirror this. Let me see if I can mirror this. Can I mirror it? Thanks guys for tuning in, by the way, man. Hit that like button, man. If y'all are new, hit that subscribe button. I'd appreciate it. All right, this is what I'll do. Just do this. All right. All right, I'll just do this so that way now I'm looking at this screen at least. Y'all hit that like button, man, if y'all like what's going on. And hit that like button if y'all are new. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. It's your boy Dgotsauce, man. This is episode 2, and we're talking about the bill, the big beautiful bill that everybody loves, right? Don't you guys love it? Don't you guys love the big beautiful bill? I know people love it, right? Some people love it, some people hate it, but again, we just breaking it down. We using this as a learning opportunity, not just for me, but for you. And yeah, we're gonna move on. So that's a big one. It is a law, a federal law now. It is required for the doctor to have an examination, because if the baby had a heartbeat, it is pretty much called murder at this point. Let's move on to number 9, the Ultrasound Informed Consent Act. Let's see what this consists of. This bill requires abortion providers to conduct an ultrasound before performing the abortion, specifically before a woman gives informed consent to any part of an abortion. The abortion provider must perform an obstetric, oh my gosh, I'm butchering, obstetric ultrasound on the woman, provide a simulate, oh my goodness, jeez, these words are like, sorry y'all, I can't read clearly, but we getting through it, right? We getting through it. Y'all can see what the words are, and y'all could kind of break it down on y'all own at the same time. If you guys know I'm butchering words, laugh at me in the chat. Shoot, hit that like button to let me know you like what's going on. But yeah, simultaneously explain of what the ultrasound is depicting, display the ultrasound images so the woman may view them, and provide a complete medical description of the images, including the dimensions of the embryo or fetus, cardiac activities, the presented invisible, and the presence of external members or internal organism if present and viewable. Providers are subject to civil actions and penalties for violations. So it is now a must that before any abortion happens, they have to do all these 4 steps right here to make sure that they're supposed to be doing what they're supposed to be doing. So it's crazy, but it's happening. Number 10, let's move on. Protecting Individuals with Down Syndrome Act. Okay. I think that's kind of obvious. That speaks for itself. We're not even going to break that down. Let's go on to the next one. This is number 11. No abortion coverage for Medicaid Act. Ooh, I think that's pretty self-explanatory too. If you have Medicaid, you can no longer get, it's not covered by, your abortions are not covered by Medicaid. Unless the case of rape, incest, or life of the mother, Damn, there's a lot going on in this bill. I'm not even gonna lie. There's more than I thought, honestly. Let's see this one. Next one is Protecting Life of College Campus Act. I guess this is pretty straightforward too, it sounds like. Anyone that's in college, let's read it. Let's read it just to make sure. This bill prohibits the awards of federal funding for any institution of higher education that hosts or is affiliated with schools-based services sites that provides abortion drugs or abortions. Okay, so they're taking away the federal funding for any schools that provide services for abortions or abortion drugs. Boom. Definitely understanding that. Again, let me know y'all thoughts about this down in the comments, man. I'd really like to know y'all thoughts. Let's see. The next one is protecting. Did that? Okay. This is the same one. Protecting Life on College Campus Act of 2025. Yeah, that's the same one. It looks like. Let me see if there's anything different. No, it's the same thing. Okay, so 12 and 13 are the same. Let's go on to 14. Again, there's so much. A concurrent resolution expressing support for the Geneva Consensus Declaration of promoting women's health and strengthening the families and urging that United States rejoins the historic declaration. Okay, I'm not sure what that really means. This concerns act enhancing women's health, protecting life at every stage, affirming that there is no international right to abortion. Okay. Dang. That's different. All right. So this pretty much is, I guess there was a declaration passed years ago. I'm not sure when, but it was years ago, and it was promoting women's health and strengthening families. And now they are trying to get that back into play again, back in the roll, pretty much. And that's gonna be the standard that we uphold, pretty much. That's what they're trying to say. And that is number 14. Number 15, these are getting long also. But the next one that I really want to talk about is the sad act. I think that's like one of the biggest acts. Make sure you guys hit that like button for your boy too, man. Even if you guys are just tuning in real quick, y'all just stopped in and hit the like button, man. It don't hurt you. It don't hurt you at all, bro. Even if you don't like what we talking about, still hit that like button for your boy, man. Appreciate it. Um, Expressing support for Geneva Consensus Declaration of promoting women's health and strengthening, kind of like the same thing as 14. That's gonna be the new standard. This is the one. This is the probably the biggest one in the entire abortion act, which is the SAD Act. Um, this bill prohibits deceptive advertising for reproductive health services. So there's going to be consequences for any organization, any media that is promoting abortion or promoting and offering abortion. There's going to be some very, very bad penalties, and it's looking like it's going to be civil. It's going to be civil in that it may not exceed over $100,000. What? That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. All right. Specifically, this bill makes it unlawful for a person, individual, partnership, corporation, association, or organization to deceptively advertise reproductive health services they offer, including by misrepresenting that person offers or provides contracts. Oh my gosh, I'm butchering again. Forgive me, y'all. Offers or provides. I'm just gonna skip the word. All right, abortion services. Let's see. This bill provides enforcement by the Federal Trade Commission. In addition to any other penalties, violations are subject to a civil penalty that may not exceed the greater of $1,000, $100,000, or 50% of the revenue earned during the preceding 12 months period by the ultimate parent entity of the person who violated the bill. So, God damn, hit that like button, man. We getting spicy. We getting spicy here. This is the SAD Act. So it pretty much makes again, this is all under abortion. This is only for abortion. This is nothing else. We got so many other sections to get into. There's a lot to talk about. I get it, but right now we're just talking about abortion, and yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot going on. This one is probably one of the bigger ones that they are talking about, and that is number 16. Now we're gonna move on. Let's move on, man. Hit that like button if you guys are enjoying what y'all are hearing. Again, we are just really breaking down what is going on in the bill, the big beautiful bill that everybody is talking about. Everybody is hating. Everybody is saying, "Oh, that this is egregious." We want to know what's in it. Me personally, I can't go off of what the media is saying alone. I have to know what's in it. So one way that I want to learn what's in this bill, and I may not learn everything by the time it's, truly into law. I know it got passed off to the presidency and to the president, but I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. How is this going to affect me? How is this going to affect you? And if this is actually a good thing or a bad thing. I want to make my decision based off of that. I don't want to make my decision based off of what CNN is saying or what Fox News is saying. I'm on the actual website, congress.gov. I'm breaking it down. We're not gonna see this anywhere else. We might see this other places on YouTube, obviously, but we're not gonna see this just like on the news. They're not gonna break down every single thing. They're just gonna tell you this thing is egregious or this thing is great. But I want to know. I want to know what's going on for real. So I'm not gonna do too much more on abortion. I'm not gonna break it down, because I do want to get through. We're already like almost 40 minutes into the live. I don't want to break down just abortion, just this live stream. I want to go on and move on to another subject as well. But I'm gonna just name the names, and hopefully, like, we can, put some context clues together and obviously understand what's going on by just the name of the act. So the next one, make sure you guys hit that like button for your boy also, man. It don't hurt nobody. The next one is number 17, and this is Pregnant Women's Health and Safety Act of 2025. I think that one sounds pretty self-explanatory, but just in case, this bill establishes requirements for physicians who perform abortions and abortion clinics. Specifically, this bill requires a physician who performs an abortion to have admitting privileges at a nearby hospital, and at the time of the abortion to notify the patient that the hospital location where the patient can receive a follow-up care is if complications arise. Okay, that's to make sure women are safe when they have abortions. The legal way, by the way, the legal way. Number 18 is Save Moms and Save Babies Act of 2025. This bill prohibits the Food and Drug Administration, FDA, from approving any new drug, either as a brand name drug or generic, intended to terminate a pregnancy and imposes additional restrictions on such drugs that have already been approved. That's big. There goes the abortion pill. That's gone now. Any pill that's been approved already and that was on its way to being approved is now terminated. Again, that's big. So this one is called the Save Moms and Baby Act. We're at 19 now. Again, there is 50 something just in this section alone, man. So there's a lot to talk about. I'm not even gonna lie. There's a lot to talk about. I thought we were gonna I'm gonna have to rename the name of this live stream. But it's okay. Because I didn't expect it to be this extensive. But obviously, I wanted to do my research, so now we're here and we're seeing this is a whole lot. It's a whole lot going on here. Full year Continuing Appropriations and Extensions Act. This bill provides continual fiscal year 2025 appropriations for federal agencies to extend various expiring programs and authorities. Specifically, this bill provides continual fiscal year 2025 appropriations to federal agencies for the remainder of 2025, and if it's known as continuing resolution, and prevents the government shutdown that would otherwise occur. Appropriations bills have not been enacted when the existing CR expires. Okay. This one, I don't know what that has to do with abortion. All right. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act. This gotta be the biggest bill, obviously. This is a huge bill, actually. This is pretty damn big. All right, let's try to break down some of it. Um, let's try to break down some of it. Let's see if okay. This bill reduces taxes, reduces and or increases spending for various federal programs, and increases the statutory debt limit. Otherwise addresses agencies and programs throughout the federal government. Okay, that is a great summary. Great summary. Um, this one, this is the big beautiful bill. This is the one that, um, you know, everybody's talking about. Um, this is the main stake. This is the wagyu of everything, I guess. This is the extensive federal funding, the adding on to the debt ceiling, all that stuff. All that stuff. It's all in the one big beautiful bill. Um, Obviously, that has to do with abortion also is in it, so that's probably why that bill is there too. But the one big beautiful bill is not just about abortion. It is in this section though, so it's good to know that, I guess. Let's see. So a lot of these haven't even been passed. Now that I look at it, so it looks like from 1 to about 18 have not even been passed in the House. From 1920, they're at the president's desk. That's the Big Beautiful Bill Act, and in this full year of appropriations, that has become law. That's the only thing that was passed. So a lot of these things haven't even been passed yet, but a lot of these things have been introduced, and this is what we're breaking down. This is exactly what we're breaking down. So yeah, let's move on. Let's move on. I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to spend too much on abortion, because we can make this whole thing about abortion. But it looks like there's 53 different bills just on abortion that they're looking to, get passed. Now, will all of them get passed? No. Some of them have got passed already, yes. But not all of them are going to get passed. Not all of them are going to even get past the House or the Senate. Some of them might not even get to the president at all. And it's just a waiting game for a lot of these bills to get passed. As you can see, there's different senators, different mayors, and all types of government officials that are introducing different bills, and they're trying to get approved, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's go on to the next section. We did abortion. Now we're gonna do. Let's go. What's next? Let's do accounting next. Let's do accounting. So again, we're on the big beautiful bill. We're talking about that. We're trying to break down all the bills that are trying to be passed in the House, in the Senate, and then go to the president and then to become law. So again, not all of these bills have been passed. Make sure you guys hit that like button, man. You guys are getting some good content. You guys are getting some good knowledge right here. So am I, honestly. I'm learning as well. So that's why I'm doing this, really. But yeah, we're getting a lot of information here. Stuff that I knew already and stuff that I didn't know. So I'm just I'm glad to be a part of this and be able to break this down, and we can understand this thing together. So okay, next subject, we're gonna do accounting and auditing. It looks like there's only 26 bills in this section, which is beautiful. Beautiful, because it's less reading for me. But let's see what's going on in it. So the first one, it looks like it's called the VA Home Loan Program Reform Act. Let's see what's going on in there. It's been passed by House already, so it's going to move on to the Senate soon, it looks like. This bill authorizes the Department of Veteran Affairs to take certain actions in cases to default on home loans under the VA loan program and establishes partial claim program. First, the bill authorizes VAs to pay the holder of the loan guaranteed by the VA in amount necessary to avoid foreclosure, which is good for veterans, and provide the holder of the loan and the veteran obligated to the loan execute documents to ensure that VA obtains and secures interest in the property covered by the loan. Okay, so this is a pretty good one. This is a pretty good one, especially for the VA, especially for veterans. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. Again, pretty self-explanatory. If you're a veteran, this is definitely one bill that you want to look into and really understand, and try to benefit off of it if you can. Excuse me. Again, I was a little under the weather today, so forgive me if I'm like coughing and having to stop and drink some water, because this morning your boy couldn't breathe. I'll be honest. Asthma sucks. Asthma sucks. I say it loud and proud. I'd scream it, but I'm still short of breath. In fact, my nebulizer is right next to me. I got my water. I got to do what I got to do. I got a fan that's blowing fresh air at me. Just making sure that I'm doing what I got to do. You know what I mean? So now, Tax on Tips Act. This is a big one that he had campaigned on, and a lot of people love this, especially those that are now starting off in their work environment, work field. It is good for those that are like waiters, that are bartenders, anything like that get tips. So this new bill establishes the deduction up to $25,000 for tips. So you can get tipped up to $25,000, and that will not go towards you. It will not be deducted off of your taxes. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about paying it back. It's a beautiful thing. And some people would rather this. I know that for a fact. Under this new bill, the tax deduction for tips is limited to cash tips received by an employee during the course of an employment or in an occupation that is customarily received tips. Reported by the employer to the employee to employer for the purposes of withholding payroll taxes. Further, an employee with a pension exceeding a specific threshold of $160,000 in 2025 in the prior tax year may not claim the new tax deduction. Okay, so if you make over $160,000, you are not qualified, which makes sense because anyone making that amount of money probably ain't getting tips. That's just probably the honest truth. The final bill explains the business tax credit for the portion of payroll taxes that the employer pays on certain tips, included payroll taxes paid on tips received in connection with barbering and hair care, nail care, uh, aesthetics, and body and spa treatments. Okay, they definitely get tips too. Um, so yeah, this is nice. This is nice. This is nice for a lot of people. Nobody's mad at this. Nobody's mad at the No Tax on Tips Act. So it's been passed in the Senate, but it hasn't actually gone through to the House yet or to the president. So it's got a little ways to go. This one is another one. Number 3 is No Tax on Tips Act. It's the same thing. Same thing. All right, number 4, full year continuing appropriations. We already went over that during the first section of abortion. This is pretty much a continuation of fiscal year 2025, and that's becoming law. So that's going to go up throughout the entire year. Then they'll go back and redo that, I believe. So this one is the Genius Act. What is this? Did we go over this? Guiding this bill establishes a regulatory framework for payments, stable coins, and digital assets which are issuer must redeem for a fixed value. Under the bill, only permitted users may issue a payment stablecoin for the use by U.S. persons, subject to exemptions and safe harbors. Permitting issuers must be a subsidiary of an insured depository institution. Okay, so this is U.S. stablecoin. They want you to invest into that. Probably that's makes sense. Let's see, anything else important in here? Other regulations is limited to those. Permitted. Nope. All right. Nothing the average American is really gonna be doing, especially if you're not into like crypto. This bill. Oh, this is good. Okay, this bill also allows foreign issuers of stable coins to offer, sell, or make available in the United States stable coins using digital assets. Okay, subject to requirements including the determination of the. All right, that's pretty cool. It allows for foreign people to also invest into the stable coin. So this is pretty much. This has already been a thing. I don't know what happened to why they're like making this an act, but they're trying to pretty much get people to invest into the stable coin, the United States stable coin. We already went over the One Big Beautiful Bill. We already went over Genius Act to amend the Internal Revenue Code of 1986 to provide special rules for taxation on certain residents of Taiwan and income sources within the United States. Okay, that's number 8. The GORAC Act of 2025. Again, a lot of these have not even been passed. A lot of these have not even been went past introduced. You know what I mean? Like they're just sitting. So I don't know how long this is actually going to take. A lot of these things probably not even going to make any noise. So we'll see, though. We'll see. All right, what's the Free Act? Let's see, number 10. This is the Free Act. And this is all under accounting and auditing, by the way. If you're now tuning in, we already went over. Okay, there's no summary here. So we already went over abortion, what's going on in the Abortion Act. Now we're going over accounting. It looks like they're not even, a lot of them are not even completed yet. All right, this one has something. States Education Reclaimment Reclamation. Yeah, Reclamation Act of 2025. This bill abolishes the Department of Education. Okay. I think that's a pretty big bill. I think that's a pretty big bill. I would say that's a pretty big bill. What y'all think? That's a pretty big bill. To me, though, I'll tell you how I feel about it. I don't really know if the Department of Education really is needed. I do think that it would be more beneficial if the states did handle their own situations when it came to schools. And also, I do think it's beneficial for the parents to have the access to go, to choose to go to any school that they would like their kid to go to. So I think that this is kind of a good thing. But at the same time, I don't want it to be a bust. Like, I don't want them to just take it away and then the states do absolutely nothing. I want them to hold the states accountable for the students' education as well. I think we'd get far if that was the case. I think we'd get pretty far. But the dismantling of the education of the Department of Education it's really not needed. I'll be honest, in my opinion. But who knows? Another one that has no summary. Saving Senior Citizens Money in Prescriptions Act. Let's talk about this, because a lot of people are saying he's getting rid of Medicare and Medicaid and Social Security and all this. Everybody's gonna be off of this, and we're down. It's a downfall of America. This bill establishes reporting requirements for pharmacies benefiting managers under the Medicaid Prescription Drug Benefit and Medicaid Advantage, particularly relating to the prices of prescription drugs. Okay. Specifically, PBMs must disclose certain informations underlying the cost performance measurements. Okay, so it looks like they're looking to make sure that the list of prescriptions, or the prescriptions that are being purchased, are not being overly priced. Another thing that, a normal person would say, this is actually a good thing. But because it's Trump, you already know they hate it. Let's go on to the next one, man. Shout out to the senior citizens that are going to be paying less for their medical prescriptions. That's a blessing. Pony Up Act. What is this about? All right, it has no summary. Let's see. We have 26 in this one. All right, let's go. Let's just name out the acts at this point. FEHB Protection Act. Still nothing. So a lot of these are not even like, I would have to go through probably like in a few episodes down to really like break down what's already been passed and what's already been to the president, certain things like that, what's already became law. But it looks like a lot of these bills have not even made it anywhere, except the one big beautiful bill, which consists of a lot too. But yeah, a lot of these bills haven't been passed. So we'll see what happens. So we got other bills like Memorial and Museum Act. We got Retired Law Enforcement Officers Continuing Service Act, and Oil and Gas Tax Subsidies Act. Okay, that sounds entertaining. That sounds good. Green Lighting Growth Act, Ensuring Airline Resiliency and Reducing Delays and Cancellations Act. If you're a frequent flyer, you're gonna love that probably. Improving Federal Financial Management Act, Federal Reserve Transparency Act. Let me see what's going on here. Do they have a summary for this? This bill directs the Government Accountability Office, the GAO, to complete within 12 months an audit of the Federal Reserve Board and Federal Reserve banks. Beautiful. I like that. I like that. The Middle Market IPO Cost Act, the HUD Transportation Act of 2025, and Make Transportation Authorities Accountable Act. Cool. All right, cool. So this one is a lot about spending. You got some loans in here. You got no tax on tips. You got some retired police officer act. You got a few things in here. It's a lot. It's a lot, but it looks like the majority of them again have not even been touched. Haven't even been touched. So we'll see what's going on there in a couple months. Hopefully, when we come back to this, a lot of things will be changed, but we'll see. Let's move on to the next one. That was only number 2. God damn. Man, make sure you guys hit that like button, man. It looks like we're going to be here for a while. It looks like we're going to be here for a while. All right. Next. I'm going to do administration. There's a lot here. There's a lot. There's over 100. So this one we're just gonna rapid fire. We're not even we can't keep opening up everything, because especially those ones that haven't been passed yet. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. So we're gonna just summarize a few of what's going on here. The White Bees Act. I don't know what that means. This bill requires labeling. See, like that's just like environmental safety stuff. Nothing crazy. Regulatory. This is all like regulatory stuff. Blocks Act. You got the Hire Act, Small Business Regulation Reduction Act. This is probably a good one that people want to know, but there's no summary, of course. Red Snapper Act of 2025. There's over 100 in this one. Early Participation in Regulatory Acts of 2025. The HALOS Act of 2025. The EARA Freedom Act, Freedom from Mandates Act. Let's hear that. Let's hear. This bill nullifies certain executive orders regarding COVID-19 safeties and prohibits the Department of Labor and Health and Human Services from taking specified actions without respect to vaccinations against COVID-19. Man, I hate COVID, so anything that got to do with COVID getting out of here, amen. Amen, bro. I don't care, bro. I don't care. Get rid of the COVID mandates, bro. Nobody's social distancing anymore. Nobody's taking off their nobody's wearing masks like that. A few people are, but like the majority of people don't care anymore. And it's okay. Like, we're used to it now. Informing customers about Smart Devices Act. Again, a lot of these have not been passed, so we're not gonna waste more time opening all of them, especially under this one. This is a lot. Whole Milk for Healthy Kids Act. This is what I'm talking about. Like, they're trying to do a lot. They're trying to do a lot, and it makes sense why a lot of this stuff has not even been touched yet. Because nobody's looking for it, bro. Ain't nobody looking for it. Water Rights Protection Act, Whole Milk for Healthy Kids Act, one big beautiful bill. Let's see. Um, hmm. Hmm. Yeah, this is a big bill, bro. This is such a big bill. Such a big bill. All right. I think this is we're gonna try to break down some of this. Um because we did a lot of the bill. We did a lot of bills. Didn't do so much of just the big beautiful bill. But we did so much bills. So this is the big beautiful bill. And this was signed today. Not today. This was signed last week. Yeah, it was last week. And it's now been to the president. So I believe it's passed. But a lot is in this bill. A lot of people are wondering what's in this bill. Why is there so much? Why is he taking away all this stuff? You know, they're not really reading, they're just hearing what's going on in the news. So again, I came on here to break down exactly what's in the bill. I want to know for myself as well. So again, learning experience for the both of us. But this is going to be a little summary of the bill. The bill is going to reduce taxes. It's going to reduce or increase spending for various federal programs, and it is also going to increase the debt limit, which we were already at a record or historic high, and now we're going to be at another historic high. And it otherwise addresses agencies and programs throughout the government. So a lot of things is going to be in this bill. All right. Committee on Agriculture. We'll do Title 1. This is like the spot that we really wanted to do. All the other stuff we just went through for like the past hour, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I wasted my time. But it's cool. Life goes on. We move on. We also got a lot smarter because now we know what other stuff they're trying to pass out here. But let's continue. All right. So this is agriculture and subtitle nutrition. This prohibits the USDA from increasing the cost of the thrifty food plan based on reevaluation or updates of the table of the context of the TFP, the market basket of goods. Further, any annual adjustments to the cost of the plan must be based on the consumer price index for all urban customers. Okay. Section 10,002. This section expands the applications of work requirements for SNAP recipients who are able-bodied adults without dependents. Y'all hear that? It expands the application, the applicability of work requirements for SNAP recipients who are able-bodied adults. Anyways, like they're saying, if you can work, you might not be receiving SNAP. As a background, these SNAP recipients have worked have work related requirements and additional to, so you're going to have some type of work in order to qualify. You might have to be like working a certain hours, or you might have to be under a certain amount of money a year or something like that. But they're going to expand that. Okay, that's new. Specifically, this section amends the exemptions to this requirement. First, this section applies to the work requirements for able-bodied adults without kids, to adults who are not over 65 years old, whereas these requirements currently apply to adults who are not over 55 years old. So that's new. That's new. Second exemption for parent or household members with responsibilities for dependents. For a dependent child is restricted to a dependent child under the age of 7. Currently, the child must be under the age of 18. That is a big change. That's a whole 10 years. This section includes the exemptions for a person who is responsible for a child who is 7 years or older and married to and resides with an individual who complies with the SNAP work requirements. In addition, this section specifically specifies that current able-bodied adults exemptions set to sunrise on October the 1st of 2030 will sunset. So this is when it's going to end in 2030, not even 2028, 2030. These exemptions from the able-bodied workers, able-bodied adults work requirements are for homeless individuals, veterans, and certain foster child individuals. Those who are 24 years or younger and were in foster care on the date of attaining 18 years of age or higher. That's pretty big. That's pretty big. Wow. Wow. Section 10,003. This section modifies able-bodied workers, waiver programs, allowable state exemptions. So we got here. Man, hit that like button, man. This is a lot. Under current law, an able-bodied adult waiver program allows state exemptions based on an area having an unemployment rate of over 10% or insufficient number of jobs. This section amends the exemptions to require the unemployment rate to be based on the rate for the country instead of the area. Okay, so now you're no longer being able to qualify for SNAP based on the state. It's based on the entire country, what's available for jobs in the entire country. They're saying pretty much if you live in Massachusetts and all the jobs are filled and you're getting SNAP now, it's no longer going to be applying to that. It's going to be applying to all 50 states. And if there's jobs in Indiana or Idaho, you got to get your behind up and go over there and start working. That's what it sounded like to me, at least. I don't know. I'm not on SNAP. I don't have any of these benefits, so I don't know. But that's a big change for sure. That's a big change. Let me know how you guys feel about this down in the comments, man. Make sure you guys hit that like button too, man. Let's continue. TC Talks. Hi, how you doing? How you doing, TC Talks? I'm sorry, I'm now seeing this. I've been reading a lot, so I haven't been able to check the chat really. But hope you're enjoying the show. Hope you're still tuned in. I can't tell. I'm not even like being able to see how many live viewers or not. I could be talking to myself for all I know. But we here learning about this new big beautiful bill, and a lot of stuff is going on, man. A lot of bills are trying to be passed, but this one has been passed, so we're now trying to get right with this. Let's see. What can we talk about next? Section 4. I'll just say section 4 because at the end it says that. This section limits the availability of the standard utility allowance (SUA) for determining SNAP income eligibility. Specifically, only households that include an elderly or disabled member may be considered to automatically be eligible for the standard utility allowance based on participation in the Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program or a similar energy assistance program. As background, when determining the household income eligibility for SNAP, states considered the total shelter cost of the household, including the cost of utilities. States can use standard allowances, which are standard amounts that represent low income households, utility costs in the area, in the state or the local area. Currently, all participants who receive the minimum benefits are eligible for the standard allowance. Man, they're changing up a lot here. Let's get through it, man. We almost done. We're halfway there. Section 5. This section prohibits households' internet cost. Monthly subscriber fee. It's an example. From being used on a computing to... Sorry, hold on. Let me read that again. From being used to computing to... Oh my gosh. From being used in computing, it's late. It must be late. The access shelter expense deduction for the purpose of determining the size of the household SNAP benefits. Section 6. This section establishes state matching funds requirements for the cost of SNAP programs, allotments. Currently, the state match is 0 beginning in 2025 fiscal year. Any state that has a payment error rate that is less than 6% must contribute a 5% match. That's different. That's different. So starting in 2028, states will now be matching up to 5%, or they must contribute up to 5% match to the cost of SNAP programs. That's pretty big. A state with a payment error rate that is less than 6 but is 8% must contribute 15%. A state that is less than 8% but is less than, a state that is at least 8% but is less than 10% must contribute 20%. And 10% or greater must contribute 25%. A lot of this is flying over my head. Not all of it, but a lot of it, because again, I'm not in no shape or form. I have no clue about SNAP. I'm not, I've never been eligible probably. I don't even know how you apply. Like, this is stuff, this is all oblivious to me. So I'm just trying to understand what's going on in the bill, and that's where we're at. So, make sure you guys hit that like button. Let's continue. Section 7. This section reduces the amount that the USDA may pay a state agency for administration costs for the operation of SNAP up to 25%. So everything's going up state-wise. Everything is going up. The state is going to have to contribute more than the federal than they want the federal government to contribute, which is probably going to be in their budget anyways. But who knows how that's going to work out. Thereby increasing the state share of administrative costs from 50 to 75. Excuse me. Yeah. Section 8. This section modifies the general work requirements for SNAP programs to cover individuals who are over the age of 17 and under the age of 65. So there's going to be general work requirements for people from the age of 17 to 65. Currently, the general work requirements apply to individuals who are ages of 15 to 60. Okay, so they expanded it. That's good. They expanded it, and they raised it up from 17 to 17. But they gave you longer, up to 65. I guess so. They added 3 years, pretty much. They added 3 years. Yeah. Okay. Section 9. This section requires state agencies under the SNAP National Accuracy Clearinghouse to use each indication of a multiple insurance of SNAP benefits to prevent multiple insurances of other federal and state assistance program benefits. Yeah, man. It's very interesting. Let's see what this could. Generic YouTube user. You would be so much happier back in Africa running with these. I'm not from Africa, so I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. Was that supposed to offend me? Was that supposed to offend me, brethren? What are you talking about, bruh? What are you talking about? Shout out to the generic YouTube user. That's his name. Section 10. This section reduces the tolerance level for to 0. You know what I'm talking about, you cank. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not from Africa. You got to come with something different. Is it just because I'm black? You could say, yeah, you black, so I think you're African, but I'm not. So your comment makes no sense. That's what I'm saying to you. So I don't know what you're talking about, but clearly you think you know what you're talking about. So hey, we living in two different worlds, I guess. But shout out to you. Make sure you hit that like button. Let's continue. Number 10. This section reduces the tolerance level to 0 for states to include small SNAP program errors in calculations for payment error rates. Okay. So there's a lot going on in this bill. There's a lot going on. I guess we can get through. We could get through this. We could get through this, but it's getting kind of late. Let's see what this guy's saying again. Must be that the lack of fully evolved. Now you're using words that I don't even want to know, or I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. What are you talking about? Break it down like we in the 5th grade and we now trying to get things together. The classroom is going crazy. The teacher is yelling order. You got to break it down to us like that. What you talking about here? We not understanding that. I don't think nobody understands what you talking about. So you got to come a little bit better than that. You got to come a little bit better. I'm confused. You're just confusing me. You're not making me riled up. You're not getting me mad. No, you're just confusing me, bro. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like a 5th grade human or one of you. There's a difference. Oh man, you're funny. Nah, you're funny. I gotta give it to you. You're funny. You're funny. Anyways, man. I love the haters, man. I really do. I really do. Make sure you tune in a lot because, I like to laugh. I like to laugh. I like to laugh a lot, man. But we here, man. We doing this thing regardless of what they saying. We all got haters, bro. We all got haters. It's nothing new. It's nothing new. Yeah, break it down like that. Break it down like that. Because all I'm seeing from you is just a bunch of talk. What's your opinion? What's your thoughts? Let's have that conversation. They say to love the haters, bro. What are you talking about? What is my father? The question that this guy, generic YouTuber, is asking is, what does your father say about haters? My father says to embrace the haters, man. Embrace the haters. We love haters. I'm going to get a shirt and I'm going to just wear it on the live stream. And specifically to you, generic YouTuber user. I'm going to say, yo, shout out to my haters. I love them. Keep tuning in, man. Keep tuning in. We appreciate it. Honestly, we appreciate it. Without haters, shit, really, we ain't got nothing to talk about. To be honest with you. We ain't got nothing to talk about. But love it, man. I love it. I love it. So keep it coming. Keep it coming, man. Let's move on. Let's move on. I'll be watching the chat, so if you wanna, stay by and keep talking, you can. But I might be getting off soon, so might want to hit that subscribe button at the same time, I guess. It's up to you, obviously, but seems like you're entertained, so you might as well. Anyways, I hope you guys had a great time so far. We've been on here for about 1 hour and 30 minutes. Second episode of season 2. We'll continue this tomorrow. See that trophy? I got that trophy from a hater. Yeah. Y'all can't see the trophy on the other. Let me show you the trophy. See that, man? That's what we do to haters, man. We just win. That's all we do. We win. We don't let them bother us. We don't let them phase us. We want the haters. And we're going to lift up the trophy, man. Lift up the trophies, lift up the medals, man. That's all I want to do, bro. That's what I want to do. Yeah. Oh shoot. Oh my gosh. He said not ball, nothing academic. I mean, I got my high school diploma, I got my college degrees. I don't really need to show that because that's like a piece of paper. Like anybody can get that. Can't beat me in basketball though, for sure. That's a fact. Nothing academic. I learn every day. Every day is academics. But this is a skill. That's just all I'm saying. This is a skill. Oh man. Shout out to you though, man. Thank you for tuning in. I do appreciate y'all viewerships regardless. Regardless, man. We just getting started in this thing. This is season 2. You missed a whole. Where were you season 1, bro? Where were you? We could have used you a long time ago, bro. You now appear in season 2? Brett Rose, I hate being white right now. Why you hate being white? Can we have that conversation then? Come on, bro. What you mean you hate being white? Does that skill make you money? What skill? Basketball? Of course basketball makes you money. What do you mean? Of course it does. Oh, I get what you're saying, Brett. I get what you're saying. I mean, we got those in every culture though. It's not even about race, I'll be honest with you. They're just incompetent people altogether. I'll just be honest with you. Like, even in the black community, we have it. Even in the Spanish community, they have it. Like it's we can't prevent it. You know what I mean? But we know there's so many white people out there that just do so good in this world too. So we can't even I don't here, especially on my channel, we don't hate white people. If that's what you think, you got the wrong perception for sure. I embrace it. I just see it and say shit. Here we go again. I get you though. I get you, man. It's annoying, but at the same time, man, we want to use these people as examples too. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool. It's cool. It's really cool, honestly. Like, we know there's haters. There's haters everywhere. You could be doing amazing, and haters is just gonna come out the bush just looking to hate, bro. Whatever you doing, they just looking to hate. And it's cool. You gotta embrace it sometimes, man. You gotta embrace it. I know, he's not gonna wanna do anything crazy. He's just trolling. He's behind his computer, or he's probably on his phone. He's laying on his bed, probably on his pillow, just watching this live stream, and he's just expressing his feelings. And I actually appreciate that. To have another guy laying on his pillow, watching me, expressing to me how he feels about me, I think that's a beautiful thing. I know not everyone blames us, but I feel ashamed. It makes me want to help out. Nah, that's the thing you should be doing for real though. The only way we gonna get together and do this thing together is if we do help out. Do you know the difference between hate and fatigue? What are you tired of? What have I said that you're so tired of? Because I've just been breaking down the big beautiful bill that just got passed. That's all I did. and a bunch of other bills that are trying to get passed. If you were here earlier, but I'm just a white dude in the Midwest. I'm brothers with anybody who wants to live and let live. Amen. Either you're that or you're a bot from a bot farm, and you are. Yes, sir. I'm a Russian bot. His name is generic YouTube user. Like, he's a troll. It's clear as day, bro. It's clear as day. But people like this, I love it, bro. I really do, because like, you need them. Life would be a little bit boring without haters. And the haters really are your biggest fans, to be honest with you. They appreciate you more than, your own people. They really do. But shout out to you, Brett, man. I wish you nothing but the best. Same for you too, generic YouTube user. I wish you nothing but the best. I don't hate nobody. I'll never hate nobody. I'm not a hater. Probably, but with GPT, it's tough now to tell. They sure give you lots of attention. That's for sure. It's true. He's not a pure. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? And I could actually tell you, I know what he's talking about. I know what he's talking about, though. I can't even be up here fronting. I know what he's talking about, and he's right. I'm not one of them. I'm a lot different. Clearly, I'm a lot different, but I don't want you to be one of them either. You know what I mean? I want you to be a cool guy. I want you to, you know what I'm saying? I want you to be a friend of the channel. But sure, he made me exactly. He's making me laugh, bro. He's making me laugh. So it's whatever, man. It's whatever. That's why I embrace him. Because at the end of the day, I know they really just here to just troll. You know what I mean? Just give people a hard time. But, one thing he's not gonna see me do is break. He's not gonna see me break at all. Not from no Twitter. Not from no typing, man. He's laying down on his pillow right now watching me, bro. I'm excited, bro. I'm excited. Shout outs to you, man. Shout outs to Brett. Shout outs to all y'all for coming in. I appreciate y'all, man. Real talk, man. Even all the haters, all those that came in real quick, didn't say nothing, but just left a like. I appreciate y'all. This is episode 2. We breaking down the big beautiful bill. We might probably be doing this all week because there's just so much in it. You can't break a Kunta Kente like this one. I prefer to say my name is Dgotsauce. You could say that. You could say that. Kunta Kente, he's not really my style. I make my own style. So soon from now, people are gonna be like, that guy's him. That guy is him. Brett says Russian people that just want to live and let live are brothers and sisters too. Absolutely. There's freedom for all versus freedom for billionaires. It's not a party and it's not a race. Absolutely. I agree with you, man. I couldn't agree with you more. Honestly. I actually had a Russian coworker that used to work with me, and she was phenomenal, man. She was like one of the sweetest people I've ever met. No hate in her heart, obviously, just chill to the core. And, didn't want any problems. Just wanted friendship, peace, and love. And that's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. Doesn't matter. Again, I already know, man. I already know the stereotypes. Y'all might be new to this channel, but I've been doing this for like a year now. I know the stereotypes. I've reviewed it on the channel. I know how bad some black people could look. I know how bad some white people could look. But what we do is we learn from our mistakes. We just get better, man. We just get better. That's all we want to do. We want to grow. We want to get better, and we want to be a better. We want to leave this place a better place if we had not been here. That's the goal, man. That's the goal. So shout out to y'all, man. I love the energy tonight. I appreciate y'all for coming in, man. I really do. This is episode 2, season 2. I see more black people on TV than in real life. LOL. So which part of the Midwest you from? Cause I heard the Midwest is like that, but no. I appreciate you, Brett. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. We learn from our mistakes. Rub that coal off then. I would love to see a picture of you, generic YouTuber. You probably like 300 pounds. God damn. You better not be. Okay. Missouri. Southwest Missouri, farm country. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense to why you don't see a lot of black people. That's funny though. Of course. Of course it is. You know, I'm from Massachusetts, so you know, I see a mixture. I see a mixture. But it's not crime filled either. I mean, I think that's the environment people are raised in. Obviously. I knew you had to be I knew you had to be a big back. I knew it. I knew it, bro. Just from the way you type. It's saying big back activities. It's saying big back activities, honestly. Bro, you gotta get to 200, bro. It's not too late. It's not too late, bro. LOL, we had it is. Where are you from, generic YouTuber? Don't I don't want you to feel like you getting left out. Where are you from? Where are you from? You gotta be from the South talking like that, probably. I don't know. Oh, you're 6'7"? Alright, you're still a big back. You're still a big back. I know some 6'7" guys that are still good 220. 250 is a little big. You got a gut. You got a gut and you know it. You got a gut and you know it. Tell me I'm lying. I've never been to Oklahoma. Oklahoma seems nice though. I can't even lie to you. They won the championship this year, man. Shout outs to OKC. We had a couple dudes. We had a couple dudes in the fantasy football league that were black. Smoked with them many times. So they live out there too. I'm not. Oh, you said Oklahoma. I didn't see that. Oh yeah, you did say that because you said you was 250 pounds, a big back. You right. You right. Sooner fans? Who's the Sooners? I'm not sure who the Sooners are. I don't know what a Sooner means. I've never heard of that. Shout outs to OKC though, man. Shout outs to OKC. He said I'm from. Shout outs to OKC. Y'all won. Y'all beat us. Y'all beat Boston this year. So I'll give you grace because of that. Hold up. Back up. Y'all beat Boston. Well, y'all didn't beat us, but y'all took our championship. So okay. Okay. I hear there's a lot of those in the United States. The sundown towns. I hear that. I've been to a few, actually. And you're right. They don't like us. But I'm still here, huh? Huh? I'm still here, huh? Hey, man. Shout outs to y'all. Shout outs to y'all. This be a sundown town. Good sooner. Oh, the internet is so funny. So funny. Man, I need you to pull up again the next live generic. Until another brother steps on your laces. Hey, I appreciate you for tuning in, Brett, man. This was a fun conversation to end the stream, honestly. It was, man. It's all love regardless. You already know. It's all love. Good luck with you, man. You'll see me. Hopefully I'll see you again, right? Let me get rid of this big back now. Generic. Shout out to you, man. Although you a hater, I love the haters, bro. And y'all ain't run no. Did you finish high school, bruv? Come on, man. Come on, man. Give me a break, bro. Give me a break. Give me a break, man. No, Brett was cool. I don't know about you, bro. You different. You different. But I've met people like you before. It's nothing new. It's nothing new, bro. It's nothing new. But again, you spent 20 minutes. You spent a good 30 minutes here chatting with me. So I appreciate that. Real talk. Although we might have differences of opinion, and you probably are a huge Trump fan. I mean, you probably got his hat and everything. You know what I mean? You probably got his hat and everything. You probably got his hat and everything, but shoot. You don't have to dumb it down, man. You don't have to dumb it down. You don't have to dumb it down, bruv. Now, if you get kicked, you get kicked. That's on your own. Like, if you say anything you're not supposed to say on YouTube, I can't help you. But you know, I'm not gonna kick you. This is freedom of speech over here, buddy. I love freedom of speech. I love it. I love it, man. But real talk, man, it's been an interesting day. I got work early in the morning. I can't even be up here entertaining you for too much longer. But it was definitely a pleasure. It was definitely a pleasure. Thank you guys for tuning in to episode 2. We got a lot done today. 2 hours in. I didn't expect it to be this long, I'll be honest with you, but shoot, we did it. We did it. We back, getting it rolling, getting it going, killing it as usual, looking beautiful, slim thing, chocolate. You already know. Appreciate y'all, man. I really do. Shout outs to everybody that tuned in. It was an amazing show, man. Till next time, y'all already know, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It's your boy, Dgotsauce.